It's the JT Cho Show!
The perfect fucking grenade throw. Suck my dick.
Damn it.
I'm cracked. I'm fucking cracked, dude. I'm fucking cracked, dude.
My guy's
Welcome back to the first episode of the JT Show 2023. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Friday the 13th, which is wild that we chose to do the first episode recording on Friday the 13th.
It just kind of happened. You didn't really plan it like that.
We just busy schedules.
Yeah. That's what happens when I finally go to work after 8 months of nothing.
Yeah. I mean, when's the last time we recorded a podcast? Was it before Christmas?
It had to have been.
Yeah.
Had to have been.
Well, yeah, I think it will.
I mean, we had like drunken clips.
Yeah,
trying to podcast.
Yeah,
after Christmas.
It was tough.
We didn't really talk about it. How was your Christmas? What'd you do?
I hung out with my family and then couldn't wait till I was done hanging out with my family.
Yeah.
Then I think I came back here and played golf.
Oh, like Wii golf?
Wii golf, yeah.
Or Twitch golf, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because you were
yeah, I was drunk.
Mimosas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Christmas was pretty sick. I'm an adult now, so no one can really tell me what to do with presents, and I don't live at home, so people just send them and they get there like a week early, so I open them as soon as they get there. And it was nice because I had like 3-4 days in a row where I was opening up a gift every day because they just like kept coming in. Did you get anything cool for Christmas?
Basically I got the stand for my saw. That was that's cool. I mean, my parents just tried to buy me one little thing, and this year they got me just the bench on sale for the miter saw. So plan is to build a bookshelf, and then if the bookshelf turns out well, then maybe build something for the JT Show's new studio, and we'll talk about that here in a second too.
Yeah, lots of updates coming up.
On Friday the 13th, happy birthday to Julia Louis Dreyfus.
Dreyfus.
You know her from Seinfeld.
Yeah, what was her name on Seinfeld again? I always forget.
Ellen.
No.
Elaine.
There it was. Yeah, I was gonna say it can't be Ellen.
No, it was
Elaine.
She's best known for Elaine. She plays in the Marvel series.
You
never have to woman's age.
Close to.
She doesn't look like a page over 35.
No, she actually looks great for however old she is. I don't know how old
and
she is.
She's in that new movie with Eddie Murphy.
Oh yes.
Those people, these people, some people.
Yeah, it's basically a remake of Guess Who.
Yeah.
Which I think is sick. And Eddie Murphy's the dad, and Jonah Hill's in it, and I can't wait. I think it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I think it comes out the end of this month, right?
Maybe the 17th and 19th.
Maybe so. It should be.
There's coming up. There is some good stuff that comes up.
That 90 show premieres on the 19th.
Yeah, the 19th. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. What's funny about that too is they gave us a stupid teaser trailer. Okay, so based off the teaser trailer, it was here's these kids that you've never met before with only Kitty and Red.
Yeah.
For 10 seconds.
And then, as soon as I saw that, I was out.
And I was just like, dude, that was just a teaser. Like, they're not going to show everything in the first, and then when they can't,
I just wanted to show the actors, and they did.
You got Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got everybody.
Everybody's there except for Rooster.
I'm excited to see Fez.
Dude, Fez. I love that Fez. Yeah. I love that Fez is there, and I love that he's the hairdresser. That's the perfect job for Fez.
They never found Rooster.
Motorcycle accident.
Who knows? That meth junkie could have swerved him off the road.
I mean, they have to address it, right, in the show.
Which one?
In the 90 show. Like, they have to, I mean, someone, eventually in one of the episodes, someone's going to be like, hey,
he went to jail because he's a bad person. No, I mean, I think his trial was a hung jury, which means there's a chance, I don't know if there's a definite one, but there's at least a chance, or there's going to be another court case again.
I try not to follow the celebrity court cases, except for the one that I did follow, and I think everyone followed, was the Johnny Depp trials.
Yeah, but I've been following I've been following a lot of trials.
Oh yeah,
I've been watching.
You're all about it right now. Huh?
Well, after that one, I watched the Wisconsin one, the unfortunate shit that happened over there. But I like the way that one was handled by the judge.
You trimmed your mustache recently?
Yes.
Like in between us going to the gym today and now?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's crazy because I did the same thing.
No, I trimmed my mustache Packers game.
Oh, okay.
Because I had food poisoning from Panda.
Yeah.
And Panda and Jackson, that's twice in 6 months.
Don't order the shrimp from Panda Express and Jackson.
I'm just saying
don't do it.
I mean, I love Panda and it's hard for me not to like Chinese food, but that's twice. And so because I was having a lot of issues, I trimmed my mustache that night to make it shorter. It
looks good. It doesn't look bad.
It looked bad.
We very rarely, when we hang out, we don't really face each other like this. I feel like I'm at a job interview.
It looked bad the first day, but it didn't look bad because
it always, when you first trim it, it always looks like it always looks a little shorter than you wanted it.
Yes.
That's why with mine, I kind of let mine grow way over the top, and then I cut it to my upper lip line.
I kind of just comb it down, and everything that just hangs over a certain point you cut, and then when you lift it up,
some people do the top of the lip line, which is okay. I like to do like the middle of the lip.
I don't know how the dude who for Jeff's wedding, the dude who trimmed, I don't know how he was just like. And you're like, oh, is he tickling?
Oh, did he have like the scissors?
Well, when he did the mustache, I didn't even feel it. Like when he was even with the razor on the beard, I was like, he's just hitting air. And then I was like, wow, he's great.
Yeah, no. So what they do is, because I kind of learned a little bit of it when I had like my super long beard from like a couple years ago or whatever. What they do is they look at the edge, they comb it all down, and then they look at like the strays that come out like that, and they just kind of do that, and they get all the strays that come off the edge, and they just barely clip the little ones, and that way when you do comb it down, it looks fucking squared up, even though it's like kind of fucking messy on the inside. It's squared up for like the
so the next time
I do the same thing with the bottom part too. I can't really get mine because it's hard to see that angle.
The next time I'm getting it squared up is for John's wedding.
Nice.
But I'm gonna still be like all the bulk, and I'm gonna square it up like probably like a week prior.
Okay.
So then it grows right in just in time.
Have you seen you keep up with like the Kill Tony clips?
I see some, but
have you seen the guy? He's like a hillbilly looking dude. He's got the sick mullet, big bulky white dude. I feel like I should just look up a clip so I can show you this guy. But he has like one of the sickest mullets I've ever seen, like ever in my entire life. And we'll probably throw a picture of him up on the stream and post. But what's your favorite part about Kill Tony? Like, have you seen any parts that you're like, wow, that's fucking crazy?
I liked when Tom Segura was on it and he was laughing because they were roasting each other. But
okay,
I mean, it's a cool format and it's definitely like it's definitely sick. But like, I feel like I'd rather just watch it live than watch like the YouTube clips on it. Like, I'd rather watch just the fast clips than watch the full live unless I was actually there. Because if I was there, I would love it. But it's hard for me to like watch that on YouTube.
This guy, he's kind of funny. He plays the harmonica and shit like that. And he's like a regular on Kill Tony now. Look at that fucking mullet.
Yeah, that's a good mullet.
Or we're gonna put it up right now. I'll take a screenshot of it. This is what he's looking at. It's a wild mullet. He's kind of funny, and he talks like this, and he's like, whoa, and everyone's like, oh, it's the love child between Ron White and Theo Von. Because he talks like he's got that super raspily down low, and he's like, "Hey, brother."
He smokes cigarettes.
Yeah. And then they were like, "Oh, it looks like Ric Flair and Theo Von had a baby." Like it's like Theo Von and like other like super outlandish guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's pretty funny.
And then New Year's, I love how the New Year's ended because your driver was like, hey, I'm gonna start drinking like 11:30 and just never did.
Yeah.
And so by the time it hit midnight, we were pretty satisfied with the amount of drinks that we had.
So
you're like, I'm gonna start a movie, and I was like, cool. And you're like, I'm gonna go to sleep because I had the guest bedroom, and I was like, okay. And then you're like, actually, we're gonna bounce, and I was like, see you later, man.
Yeah, no. So I remember that. So there's some of the parts I don't remember from that night. Like, I remember going down in the basement and hanging out. The pictures that Chris posts, that's my fiance, the picture that Chris posts, I don't remember taking those.
Yeah, in the basement.
Like, obviously you took them. but I don't remember taking those like at all. Like I saw those the next day and I was like, we were in the basement. And then I like thought back and I was like, we were in the basement. When the fuck did we take those pictures? And I just had no idea.
The basement's a war zone right now. I looked at it today because I was looking for some extra koozies. And I was like, there's so many open bottles and cans.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'll probably get $50 out of what's in that basement right now.
I'm like,
Yeah, the basement's a war zone. Speaking of the basement, we are looking to make some pretty drastic changes
to the format,
to like the entire show, like everything all together. One of my resolutions this year, like our resolution this year together, is to give 100% of our effort that we can give in our free time to the podcast, and we're going to try and make it better. We're gonna pay for better editing software. We're eventually gonna get better cameras, so it's not just gonna be like the MacBook, because right now we're literally on a MacBook right now. Like we're looking at the MacBook.
Like I've recorded on my PC with a 720 camera, but like essentially what we're gonna do is get a tower with lots of ports for audio and lots of ports for video.
Yeah, and we can even get like little fucking extension ports too.
Well, I mean,
we're gonna do it.
The software we've been looking at,
it's gonna be the cheapest podcast setup we can do with the best equipment we can get for like a bargain.
Yeah.
So like I was just looking today. There's that 4K webcam that it's $100. It's the Logitech whatever 4K camera that like a bunch of people use apparently, and it's way cheaper. I looked up that Blog Squad camera that David Dobrik used. It's like a $400 camera. Yeah, and that's just too much for what we have now. Obviously, if this takes off, then we'll upgrade to better shit eventually. Right. But I think that 4K webcam is going to do us well, and it's only like $100 to get a used one.
Yeah. And then
we're looking to change the scenery up a little bit. We're going to set up a little thing
like an actual studio, you know?
Yeah, like a little, not like a real studio, but you know, like a makeshift studio. Better than your dining room.
Well, the dining room's over there. But
well, whatever this is, what do we call this?
This is going to be the puzzle table.
Is that it? All right. So is that always burning? Is there just always a little burning?
I can turn it off, but yeah, that's always burning. It's a natural gas fireplace.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious. Can you, because like I see the flame on the side.
Yes.
Can you shut that off completely?
Yes.
Why do you keep it on all the time?
So you can turn on the fire.
Without having to like light it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because essentially,
how much do you think that costs you a month to run like that? It's probably not much.
Hardly any. It's like
like a couple bucks a month maybe.
Maybe like $3 a month.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. But
I mean, you know, it's a convenience fee.
I only do it for the winter, and then I blow it up for the summer.
All right, smart. I just noticed
because
it's just
can they
see it at all?
What? I don't think they can. Yeah, it's just. I mean, like, you know,
we'll take a picture of it. No, we'll put it up. We'll put it up right now.
If you want to be fancy, we can always.
Yeah, turn it up. Get a little flame going. Last time I hung out around this flame in a chair, I was inebriated on multiple substances, and I was hanging out with Harry the cat. It's kind of cool. I like that. A little ambiance.
We'll turn it down a little bit though. Burning high.
Yeah, so lots of changes coming to the podcast. Not like drastic changes, just stuff like, to better quality of life, better.
Out. No longer
Yeah, no, none of that. We're not changing the name. We're not changing a whole lot. It's still gonna be me and him. We're gonna try and get better guests. We're gonna look. So there's a lot of avenues for that. I actually did a little more digging into it, and obviously the best way is to just email the individual directly. But there are websites that you can go to, and they have like people sign up for it's basically like an Uber for podcasting.
Yeah.
And so you can just get like random people from, you know, A-list actors to C-list actors to, I guess there's a couple of like real like S-tier guys up there that are really expensive, but yeah, we're gonna try and get some better guests. Nick Minerath is going to come on.
Definitely wants to come on
at some point within the next month at least.
Yeah.
He'll be on, so we'll talk to him. Professional basketball player overseas.
Another thing we're doing too.
You've had him on before.
I have a lot of. I've had this YouTube channel for. Let's see, probably since like 2006, maybe 2005. So if it's, let's say it's 2005, that's like 28 years. No, is that right? That's wrong.
Say, damn, Mo, how old are you?
2005. 15. No, that's 23 years. Yeah, whatever that number is. It's about 20 years.
2005.
It's about.
That would be.
Oh yeah, no, that 18. Yeah, 18 that's what it is. Yeah. So, anywho, I have videos from me in college, pieing stupid RAs in the face. I had my Green Bay Packers reaction video, fishing in the river. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to...
Your Naruto military video?
Yeah. Essentially what we're going to do is just take the JT Show over to a brand new channel.
Brand new channel, JT Show. I guarantee you that name's not taken. It's going to be JT Show at YouTube, whatever the fuck it is.
Essentially we're going to streamline it on that channel.
That way, when you guys are like looking up shit, like it's because I googled JT Show and it was funny because we did it. We were on the phone together when we were googling it, and it was if you Google JT Show with all the spaces where it's supposed to be, JT space show, we're like the fucking 15th thing down.
We should squeeze the
show and show together
for the channel for the YouTube. I don't mind that. For the YouTube.
I don't mind that. I also don't mind like the hyphen. I like we can just delete the space and be cool with it. Like that's totally
for the new channel.
Yeah, for the new channel. Just be
don't
JT.
Take it if you're in one of my like 70. Don't take that. But
if you do take it, you're a dick.
Yeah, I mean, but no one's commented for the beer, so
yeah, no one's commented. All right, so now
those are the picks.
Yeah, no, we'll do it here too because the pick season's over. Like we still got to do our finalist thing. But
I still have to edit.
Yeah, still got to edit the videos. Anyways, if you're watching right now and you're a fan of the show, obviously if you're watching right now, you're a fan of the show.
Yeah.
I will Venmo you whatever it costs to get you a beer at your local bar or a tall can down the street. So if you're watching right now, comment in the comments and be like, hey, I want my beer. First person to comment gets a beer on the JT.
As long as you're 21.
Yeah, you gotta be 21. If you're not 21, I'll just Venmo you like $5 or something.
Yeah.
But, paying for views, paying for a view.
Yeah. Being Friday the 13th, we got some good news and we got some bad news to share. I'll share some bad news first. This actually happened this morning. I find the funniest part of this story is the Dallas Zoo. They have a leopard on the loose now. The Twitter page essentially tweeted, "We're closed today because some very, very bad stuff." Like very vague, just we're closed and some bad shit happened. A clouded leopard named Nova got out.
Nova's on the loose.
Funny enough, Dallas police are saying that the habitat was intentionally cut and not torn by the animal. That means that there's some motherfucker out there who cut this enclosure with a knife or some sharp material.
You think it was like a PETA move?
I mean, they haven't found the leopard yet, and like, what if they put it in like a bag or something?
Oh, they just swooped.
Yeah.
I think that's more plausible.
Then it's on the loose, right? Cutting it, and the leopard's like, yeah.
I mean, if I were to go and I was gonna cut a leopard loose,
they cut,
I wouldn't just.
I don't know what's cut. It could be a large portion. It could have been like a huge thing that like.
Well, I mean, they said it didn't look like it was clawed open, right? So it was probably done with tools,
not torn by the animal.
Yeah,
a clean cut.
Yeah.
So but what I'm saying is,
grinder, like some
it might not just be a slit. It could be a large area.
Yeah, it probably.
And the cat was like, "I'm a cat."
And that's an open door.
And that's a thing.
Yeah, that's an open door, and I'm gonna take it.
So that's the bad news on Friday the 13th. If you live in Dallas, I hope Nova's okay. I hope nobody gets mauled by this.
Yeah, I'm more worried about people getting injured by the animal, but at the same time, I really hope the animal's okay. Because I mean, I listen to Rogan, and Rogan talks about zoos, and I 100% agree with him. Zoos are kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like even like the big ones, because like the animals, they never get enough space.
Yeah,
it's just this sad thing, and I understand that most of them can't be let back into the wild because they would just get fucking murdered.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sad seeing them.
It is.
My cousins went to Thailand and they got a tiger, and they were like, "Yeah, it was just so nice and sweet." And I was like, "Yeah, it's because it's on all sorts of drugs, and they like declaw them and they like file down their teeth, so they're like dull and." It's just sad keeping those types of animals in captivity. I think those should just be left to roam wherever they want to roam.
Yeah, I mean, we live in a fucked up world.
Yeah, no, true. There's way more shit wrong in the world than animals being kept in captivity, but that's a pretty fucked up thing.
On Friday the 13th, that's another bad news. Some good news. Jackie Chan has confirmed Rush Hour 4.
I saw that the other day, and I'm super stoked because all of those movies are great.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, the first one's amazing because it's them, like, fighting each other. Yeah, 2's pretty good. 3's really good, too, though. So I think in my mind, it goes 2, 1, 3.
100%.
But 1 is like, 1's cool because it's like the origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like obviously, like, the origin story is always dope. Like, the first Thor was the coolest one.
And he's got some fucking great one-liners in the first one.
Yeah, no, they all got great. My favorite part about the first one is the fact that he pretended like he couldn't speak English.
Yeah,
he didn't pretend though.
He just said nothing.
He was never asked.
Yeah,
he was never asked by what's his name?
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker. He was never asked by Chris Tucker if he could speak English, so he just pretended like he couldn't.
Yeah,
and
it's
you know,
I
agree with Chris Tucker. He kind of lied to him.
It's Lee and. What is it? Carter!
Oh, yeah.
Lee!
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's been a minute since I've watched them.
Hey, they're on Netflix right now, and and you know what's good?
I threw on the third one to go to sleep to, and I watched like the first little bit of it, and it's good. It's just good. It's good cinema. Good comedy.
I love the spin on the classic Who's on First in the third movie. Because fucking Chris Tucker is hilarious. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite jokes, I have 2 favorite jokes of Rush Hour. One is when Jackie Chan's spying on the chick with the goggles.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, she's got a Snoopy touch.
Yeah.
And Chris Tucker's like, and Carter's like, I like Snoopy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know Snoopy. And I don't know what.
He's the most like those 2 characters coming together. It's so funny.
And then the other ones from the same movie. It's the cut credits. You got to watch past the movie, so they're rolling the extra bloopers, and they kick the motherfucker out the window. They kick I don't know the bad guy's name, Randy. I don't know his name. I can't remember his name, but they kick him out the fucking window and he lands in the taxi and dies. And when Jackie Chan kicks fucking Ricky Tang, I think it was Ricky Tang. Yeah, when Jackie Chan kicks Ricky Tang out the window, fucking Chris Tucker looks out and goes, "Damn, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3." And I was like, that's fucking hilarious, dude. Fucking great movie.
Yeah. Great films altogether. I think another good trilogy is the Men in Black. Men in Black. Yeah, the Men in Black trilogy.
The Men in Black, dude.
Yeah, the Men. Oh, that sounds like a weird porno. The Men in Black trilogy.
It probably is.
So I grew up watching those movies, and the first Men in Black obviously was great. Yeah. It's like Will Smith, you know, the origin story of the dude.
I think that's the best one.
All right, so
I think it's 1, 2, 3.
I have a good argument for the third because the third one pulls on the heartstrings.
Yeah, but I mean,
like the second one's cool. The second one's really good, and I almost like the second one more than the first one because you get to see Jay at like the height of his like
career.
Men in Black career, and then he's got to go get Kay back, and he's got to convince him, and then them 2 together, and Kay's like kind of like a dick about everything, and he's like, "Oh, so you remember that?" He goes, it's coming back. Like he just understands little things in the beginning. Like he knows how to work the guns. What's that
actor's name?
Oh man, that'd be a Google question. I'll look it up.
It's Will Smith, and he plays in so much shit, dude. If Earl's watching at this point, he's screaming it.
Yeah, no, I bet he is.
God, dude, he plays in the football movie too. I don't know what it is. Just tell me.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah, I love me some Tommy.
He's a goat. I definitely think he's in my.
Have you seen the Tommy Lee Jones cheerleading movie?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Tommy Lee Jones is a cop, and essentially there's like someone trying to assassinate these cheerleaders. I'm like, they're.
Oh, you know what I have? Is it the cheerleaders or is it a sorority?
No, it's the cheerleaders.
Okay,
and he's like the cheer coach.
Yeah, he's not really the cheer coach. He's really the cop. Yeah. It's been a long time.
Dude, that's when I was watching that shit when I was growing up, and I was like, dude, Tommy Lee Jones fucking. And then what's the football movie he was in? He was in. Oh, I know this one too. Tommy Lee Jones is in a football movie. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm looking at his.
It's not Friday Night Lights. No. That's Bill. That's the other dude. The guy who plays Bad Santa. I know Tommy Lee Jones.
He's been in some recent things. The Comeback Trail, Duke, Montana. He's in the Jason Bourne movies.
Mm-hmm.
The Family, Lincoln. He's in the Lincoln movie. Interesting. Gotta go down further than this. He's in the Captain America movie.
I'll have to go back and look.
Colonel Chester Phillips. I mean, that sounds like a role he would play.
Yeah.
The Company Man, No Country for Old Men.
I love him in that one.
Movie.
Yeah.
Great movie. That's
a top tier.
An underrated movie. Man of the House is the one with the cheerleaders. Yeah, Man of the House. I have seen that one. Men in Black, Rules of Engagement, Double Jeopardy, Small Soldiers. Wow, Small Soldiers.
Yeah, he's Small Schmoshers. Yeah, he's the guy. He's a colonel.
Batman Forever. He plays Harvey Two-Face.
Two-Face. Yep.
That's crazy.
I knew that.
Blue Sky, Heaven and Earth, The Fugitive.
The Fugitive with. You know who's in The Fugitive?
Who's that?
Iron Man.
Downey Jr.
Downey Jr. is a fucking asshole in that movie, dude.
He's always an asshole. He's an asshole in everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of like his thing.
Yeah.
He was in the original Gotham movie in '88. I don't know. I can't see any football movies. On there.
Yeah, let me Google it. We're going down Tommy Lee Jones.
Black Moon Rising, Billy Joel, Piano Man. River Rat. These are getting real old. I don't know any of these. Let's go back to his first movie.
I don't think he did a football movie then.
His first movie is Love Story.
It is Man of the House.
He plays Hank, which is Oliver's roommate, and it was aired in 1970.
Yeah, it is Man of the House. They're at a football game, I believe. That's probably
what it is.
Scene that I'm in my head.
Yeah. Well, shout out Tommy Lee Jones.
Speaking of football, Sean McVay, as of today, on Friday the 13th.
Yes, I wrote that down too.
Sean McVay is returning as the Rams head coach.
And that means that there is only 5 head coach slots available, and that is the Colts, the Cardinals, the Texans, the Panthers, and the Broncos.
Now, Joyce,
as of right now,
Joyce Taylor said some words about the firing of the Texans head coach, and I agree with her that essentially this is the third hired coach for the GM, so why is he still there?
Yeah.
Another one is that just like the Lions, they gave people problems throughout the year. They gave Kansas City a problem in the first half. They ran with a lot of teams almost all the way through the fourth, but they just weren't good enough. She said, what did the Lions do before this year? They were just like the same team. No, they were just like the same team. They competed, but they just weren't good enough.
Well, Aiden Hutchinson's a big addition.
Yeah, but I'm saying, why not give Lovie Smith another year? Because this just to see if they develop for one more season.
Yeah, and they got a good pick this year in the draft, and they're definitely going to go corner. And I think there's lots of options. Yeah, I'm getting real good at talking.
Yeah,
it's what I'm best at. It's what I'm best at.
There's this weird thing in Michigan that keeps happening.
Yeah, dude.
Where people are like, or people checking our IDs, or
we're going to a store, we're going to the gym. People are just like they look at our IDs, and they're like, brothers, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Like this guy had our IDs, right? We were checking into a bar, and he held them up, and he was like,
because we handed them to him together. So like IDs, so we stack of 2, hand it to him. He looks at them both. One of them's California, one of them is Michigan. I'm probably wearing this fucking hoodie. He's wearing whatever fucking Michigan apparel he's got on.
Yeah.
And he's looking at both of these. He says one ginger dude and then one fucking unhappy Californian. And he goes like this and he looks at both of us and he goes, like he's not sure if it's
which one's
we do not look that.
When we're at the gym, we're working out, and the dude's like, "Hey, man, you gotta be a few more on that machine." And we're like, "Yeah, we got a couple more sets." He goes, "You guys brothers?"
Yeah, I think it's more or less. I don't think it's the way we look for the gym one. I think it was just our mannerisms while we were in there.
Yeah,
so we were giving us little innuendos, like, "Hey, how many sets?" Without talking, though, we'd be like, like little things. And I think he just, people notice that kind of shit because in the gym, it's in between lifting, you're people watching.
Yeah,
like that's just what you
I
do.
Just try to look at my feet.
Yeah, I people watch like a motherfucker. I mean, that's one of my favorite things to do.
People watch.
That's one of the main reasons I love Tinder.
I'll be looking at it. You won't see me doing it.
Yeah. Anyways, we're not brothers. We are brothers, but we're not brothers. That makes sense.
We're brothers.
Not brothers.
Man, who's the it's Monkey D. Luffy.
Oh yeah. We're Luffy and Ace.
Yeah. We're brothers, but like not blood brothers.
Yeah. So a couple more football things. Mike Williams fractured his back in the last game of the season that they played against the Jaguars.
Wow. And
they say he's going to be out for 2 weeks, which I think is a very short amount of time for a fractured fucking back. That's crazy.
So wild card teams, 49ers play the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks have a fat chance of actually upsetting the 49ers because it's hard to beat a team 3 times in the same season. Over the last 5 years, Pete Carroll's outscored the 49ers some crazy amount.
Yeah, but that was like Legion of Boom stuff, and
this is just last.
Well, like residuals of Legion of Boom, and to be completely honest, the Niners haven't really been that team since Kaepernick left.
Yeah,
like they've had a great surrounding cast around like a nobody quarterback. They paid Jimmy Garoppolo $128 million. He didn't pan out, obviously. They drafted Trey Lance. They drafted Trey Lance. He didn't turn out, but know who looks fucking great?
It's not that he didn't turn out. He was looking shaky, so we didn't know.
And then he got injured.
Yeah, that's the thing. We didn't know which way he was going to go.
That's an issue.
Yeah.
Injury issues early in the career is an issue. It just is.
Yeah, I mean, but Tom Brady's fucked up an injury one time.
Yeah, but that wasn't very early in his career. That was like in the middle second.
Yeah.
That was in like the second push. That was right after the best year of his career in 2007.
Yeah,
and it was a low blow hit, and then they made the Brady Rogers rule where you can't hit below the knee like that, which I think is a good rule. For safety of the players.
Yeah, make a good tackle him at the waist.
Yeah, other football stuff. Lamar's out this week again, which I think
Sammy Watkins was talking shit. But positive shit of he should be out here hobbling. Don't have him do any run plays. Just have him throw. Yeah, I'm being a little selfish, but I just want him on the field. I'm like, that is like.
I mean, you definitely want your QB1 out there.
Yeah,
you do, especially when your backup's
There's just a better way to say it.
Yeah. You want your QB1 out there, like you just
like
do.
His whole career just for one.
Other quarterbacks that have been injured for a while, Jalen Hurts. He is back in practice, not full practice, but he is throwing. Which is good.
Yeah.
Other quarterback news: Tua is out. Tua Tagovailoa is not playing.
Nope.
And they're starting Trace McSorley against the Bills, which is arguably the most well put together team.
The team that go the best against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, 100%. I do think it's going to be Chiefs Bills, and I think what we should do this podcast. We should do like a playoff bracket, and just guess all the way up to the top.
Okay, let's go.
I'm down.
Does it reseed after the wild cards or no?
I don't think there's any reseeding in the NFL. I think it's just lowest plays the highest.
NFL playoff schedule.
So let's see who's the wild card. No, I am going to grab that bigger piece of paper.
Seahawks 49ers.
We'll put a little graphic up in between us so you can see both of our shit.
So Seahawks 49ers. You got the Chargers and the Jags. You got the Finns and the Bills. You got the Giants. You got the Vikings. You got the Ravens.
Start over with the NFC.
Seahawks, 49ers.
So I have Seahawks, Niners, Jags, Chargers, Finns, Bills.
Giants, Vikings. Ravens, Bengals. And Cowboys, Bucks.
All right. I'm gonna make my picks real quick.
I mean, you want to trade them back and forth?
Yeah, we'll just go game for game.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I lost my Patriots losing lost me my thing with my uncle.
It sucks.
Yeah, lost by 1 game. That's what it came down to.
Okay, I'm good for the first round.
All right, so first game, Seattle 49ers. I got the Niners. I think Brock Purdy makes a big run and makes it to the NFC Championship. I think that's a thing. Who you got for that game?
I got the Seahawks.
You got the Seahawks that one?
Like, all right. Like I'm saying, hard to be the same 3 times in a season.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but I think the Niners are just a better all-around team. I think Seattle has a better quarterback.
Yeah.
But as of stats say for the last 6 weeks, I think Brock Purdy looks way better, but he's still very new. And Mr. Irrelevant rookie playoff game.
This could make a break if he loses this game.
This game is a career game for him. Yeah. This game could absolutely catapult him to a huge contract when his contract
he got us through the season but couldn't handle the playoffs.
Huge game.
Chargers Jags. I got the Jags.
You got the Jags?
Yeah, the Jags have had this swag around their team. I've been reading shit about the coach of the Jags, Doug Peterson.
Oh yeah.
His playoff, like missed playoff, AFC champion, a conference champ, Super Bowl winner.
Yeah.
Break, missed playoffs, and then you're like, oh, he could do it this year. So some weird repeats in history. They got a good thing going for him. I got the Jags.
I think I got the Chargers, and I love me some Trevor Lawrence, the long-haired dude. One of the best quarterback prospects since Andrew Luck. I think he's just that dude, but at the same time, Peyton Manning was that dude coming out of college, and he didn't win a whole lot of playoff games the first 5, 6, 7 years of his career because he was trying to get past the Tom Brady that had already been there 3 times, and he's ready to go. So I think he has a Peyton Manning-esque career. I think he might get 2 rings out of it. I don't know if they're going to be with the Jags, but I got the Chargers winning that one. I think the Chargers have too much firepower, even with Mike Williams out with the back injury. Austin Eckler's a fucking beast. That defense is nasty. And they still have the other wide receiver they have, Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen, yep.
Yeah, he's a stud. I just think they have way more firepower. I think they have a better defense. I think they have a better quarterback as of right now. Better wide receivers. I just think all around better team. But, any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Next game, Finns Bills. I think this is a fucking blowout. Yeah, I think Bills take it by a fucking mile, especially without Tua. With Tua, it's a shootout.
Yeah.
I think if Trace McSorley,
I think Tyreek's gonna be pissed.
I think if Trace McSorley has the game of his life, I think it'll be close. But he has to be able to. There's been so many underthrown balls this year, and a lot of them have come with the Dolphins. But those fast wide receivers with Waddell and Hill, they just get to the ball. They make a play. I think if they get a guy that can just heave it out there accurately, I think they just go get it. I don't even think it has to be that accurate. I think they just have to put it out there, like beyond the corners, because those wide receivers beat the corners almost every time. Yeah. They're just faster. Yeah. They're just faster dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we're both on the same page there. Bills win that game.
Giants Vikings. I got the Giants.
And I also have the Giants.
And again, weird shit in history. Both first-round drafted quarterbacks went to the Super Bowl on their 4th year. They both have the same amount of losses on the season, and they're both coming in as a wild card team. And I think that the Vikings, since they're not playing at 1 o'clock, they're playing at 4:30 o'clock.
Almost prime time. It's a little too close to prime time for Kirk.
Yeah, but I just think with Saquon and Danny Dimes, dude, I think they get it done. I think Danny Dimes.
Yeah, so the Giants are like a sleeper team this year because it's not like the old Giants, not like 07. They don't have a crazy fucking defense. They don't have
they have a steady offense.
They don't have a premier guy catching the ball like a wide receiver. They just don't have a premier guy like that. Saquon, I think, is going to go off for maybe 200 yards and a tutty, maybe 2 tutties if they get close in the end zone. Danny Dimes probably has about 250 and a couple tutties, maybe one of them passing to Saquon out in the flat.
Yeah.
I think it's a huge upset, and I mean the Vikings are just crumbling.
I think if the Broncos would have kept Drew Lock, I think they could have been the Giants of the AFC.
They might have been.
Same style quarterback.
Yeah, so we both got Giants there.
Yep.
Next one's Ravens Bengals. I got the Bengals. Yeah, I mean without
Lamar
with Lamar there, I take the Ravens by a mile.
I still take the Bengals, but a last possession win.
Yeah, I think if Lamar was there, it would have been close. I mean, it's an interdivision game, obviously.
I think Lamar's played his last game for the Ravens.
I think he has too. I think
unless the Ravens win this game.
I mean, that's a whole nother segment after this. Let's do the quarterback carousel right after this because I think that's a good topic. But yeah, the Bengals all day there.
And then Cowboys Bucks. I got Bucks.
Same. I got Bucks.
The Bucks are at home. Tom Brady in the playoffs.
Yep. And he's never lost against the Cowboys.
Tom Brady in the playoffs.
Tom Brady in the playoffs.
Tom Brady in the playoffs. Hey, did you guys know that Tom Brady wins in the playoffs?
Yeah, crazy.
And did you know? And who are the Cowboys? Typical fucking Cowboys.
Yeah, dude. Cowboys are losers in the playoffs. They always put up a good record because that garbage division.
I can't wait. This year I fucking can't wait. The text to be.
How about them Cowboys?
Hey, how about that playoff win? So yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, no, all right. So we got the thing. The only one we disagree on, or the only couple. You have the Jags, I have the Chargers. You have the Seattle, I have the Niners, and everything else we agree on.
Yeah,
there's only 2 games that are head to head, and I have full faith in my lineup that I picked for these games. Wild card, there's not normally too many upsets. I got the Giants one's definitely going to be an upset. I think the Vikes are going to be favored, probably only by like 3.5 points, but I think they're going to be favored.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming up this weekend.
If you're wondering, this is my painting for Gary.
Oh yeah, real fake Gary.
I call it
a painting for real fake Gary by a real fake artist.
Yeah. Real fake Jake.
Real fake Jake the artist, dude. That's what you should sign it at the bottom. Real fake Jake.
RFJ.
Yeah, I like that.
I put it in the bottom.
He'll never know that he's gonna sign it like that because he doesn't watch. Because he's not a real friend.
Yeah, he's got real friends.
He does have real friends. Yeah. He's probably hanging out with them right now.
Yeah. But so coming in the future, we'll have a new channel, and we'll announce it. We'll probably do a few more on this channel just because we still have a lot of planning to do. There's a lot of behind the scenes that has to happen. But be looking for a new channel, new content, new merch. We're gonna set up a merch store for the JT Show. Yep. And then we'll do things like Venmo for the JT Show, things like that. So lots to come in the future. You guys, we appreciate getting 70 views. It's great. Hope you guys watch tonight. We're gonna skip the stumpers today just because he left his big notepad at home.
Yeah, I'm using these dumb little sheets. I have a couple more things that I want to bring up before they're like old news.
Yeah.
So one of them was Tiger Woods tested out the stealth driver, and his first reactions from it. Yeah. So his first reactions from it are this, and I think we can play a clip because it's YouTube. Everything's on YouTube. I'm not going to put anything behind it. So basically, what he's doing right there, he's saying that he's testing out the new driver and he likes it, and he says he hit a couple off the heel and a couple off the toe to see how forgiving it was, and he says it's pretty forgiving, which is good for pros and amateurs alike. And just look at he puts baby powder on the ball or on the club face to see where the ball hits, and look at what his definition of the toe is, and I think it's just crazy because
he's dead center.
Yeah,
that's the toe.
It's centimeters off.
When you
centimeters off,
because you had me worried there because I have the stealth driver. Yeah, and if you're gonna tell me that you could hit it on the toe and he was forgiving, I was about to go trade mine in for the new model.
Yeah,
which by the way,
his version of forgiving is not my version. I mean, look at how far off of center he is. It's centimeters. It's half a ball off dead center.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's probably not baby powder, but
well, whatever it is, it's some type of spray that's on it. Well, whatever it is, but I think it's just wild that he's got the mechanic down so much that he's like, I'm just going to miss it by half a ball, and that's off the toe. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, if this is my driver, when I hit it off the toe, I'm damn near hitting it off the side of the fucking club.
What looks like a toe.
If I hit it right here, that's sweet spot for me. Like that's a good shot. Like it's not my best shot, but it's probably going to end up right outside in the fucking.
I don't know how we can incorporate this, but it goes into golfing. in the new studio,
mm-hmm.
I'll get one of those putting greens, the little $30 things with the ball returns.
Yeah.
And then we'll set up the big camera. That'll be included in the big camera.
Okay.
So then during the show, if there's like something like prove it or some bullshit or something like that.
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
You gotta sink the putt.
You gotta sink the putt.
And because this year I am gonna spend a small I'm gonna put the rest in, I'm gonna save the rest, but I am spending a little bit of myself for my income tax money.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy a new fucking putter this year.
Okay.
Because I was looking at the shit my dad got.
Yeah, and you're like, I want it.
I want one.
Yeah.
And then I will literally have fucking no reason except that I suck of why I can't fucking putt.
I mean, you already got the nice driver. I don't know why you're hitting out of bounds.
I don't really.
No, okay. Roll the clip. No, and then the other thing from the golf world was, I didn't write this down, but I just remembered it. So John Rahm, I forget the guy's name. I had it written down on my big notebook, but one of the interviewers came up to John Rahm afterwards, and he went up to go shake his hand. And he's like 3 feet away from him, and he walks towards him to shake his hand. Mm-hmm. And John Rahm's like not really paying attention. Like he's got his hand up here like this. And the guy's looking at him in the eyes when he goes for the handshake, doesn't notice the hand up there, rubs his fucking belly. He goes up to the other dude, hand in the belly, and does like a little up and down motion. And I think that's the most awkward attempt at a handshake I've ever seen in my entire life. And the only reason I saw it, shout out to the Foreplay podcast that Barstool does. I wrote down those 2 things before their newest episode came out. And I listened to their newest episode today as we're filming on Friday the 13th. And a little mad because they got to it before me. Like they put it out before me.
Oh yeah.
Which is okay. I mean, they're like, biggest fucking, bro podcast for sports in the world. Yeah. Obviously they're going to get to it before me. Yeah. Shout out Barstool.
If Barstool hears this, hire us. We'll come. We're not going to be color daddy girls.
Oh yeah.
You can sign us low balls for 3 years to support us on the platform.
Wait till don't let this be like the fucking baseline. Like no. Come back in like 2-3 months when we have like, big studio set up.
Or just give us money and we'll just do great things in Michigan.
Yeah, we'll be the Michigan hub.
Yep.
But yeah, and then the last thing I have is also from those guys, from the Foreplay guys. They were talking about their bullshit with their buddies, and so you have the option to be a millionaire.
Okay.
So it's either take the money or don't. If you take the money, you only have 20 years left to live. Mm-hmm. If you take the money, you have 20 years left. If you don't take the money, you just live out your life, whatever. Mm-hmm. But so when I was thinking about it, the way the question's worded, it like guarantees you 20 years. And I don't know how much goes into that. I don't know if there's going to be like magical powers keeping you out of harm's way. But like, obviously, if you jump off a cliff, you're done. Mm-hmm. I think in my mind, I think I take the money.
You're going to have a rad 20 years and not have to worry about shit.
Not only that, it for me, it's like a legacy thing. Like your offspring and your offspring's offspring and probably their offspring, they're not going to have to worry about money. Like they're just going to be able to be creative and just do whatever they want to do. Well, I'm probably going to burn through it. Like realistically, I'm probably leaving behind, I don't know, 500 million. Probably. Like I'm probably going to burn through. I mean, if I only got 20 years to use it, I'm going to burn through. I'm going to have a yacht. I'm going to have a house. Travel. I'm going to travel. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to travel.
I'm going to have this house and travel.
Yeah, well, I'm probably going to get a dope house in California. Like if I get it, like I'm going to get a dope house on the lake, Folsom Lake, a sick ass fucking house, probably like a $10 million home. It's going to be dope. I'm going to buy a jet, hire a pilot. Me and my boys, we're just going to do some traveling. It's going to be sick ass 20 years. I'm immediately getting my fiance pregnant because I do want kids. I'm just going to make it fucking happen. I'm going to pump out as many as I can and enjoy those years with them. I'll be able to see all their high school games. I'll be there for them until they're, 19,
until 18, the last
17.
13.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be there for them until they're, in their later teen years, which is okay. And then when I do leave them, I'll leave them with a cool little fucking thing. And they're just not gonna have to worry about money. They can go to college. They can start their own fucking podcast. They can start their own fucking beauty salon. Whatever the fuck they want to do. They're just gonna have that opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think I think you're out of your fucking mind if you don't take that, unless you're wealthy already.
Yeah.
Like people in our position, making less than 100,000, like vastly less than 100,000 a year. I think you're out of your mind if you don't take it.
Yeah.
Like you and all your close friends and relatives are just not gonna have to worry about money. One less thing.
One less thing.
One less thing.
One less thing.
Yeah. So obviously you're on board. You're taking it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Might as well.
Just because like even if I didn't have kids, I would just do everything I wanted to. So I'd spend 2 months in Ireland, 2 months in Britain.
How long do you think it would take before you got bored of it? Traveling.
Never.
Like how long do you think
traveling?
Yeah, like how long do you think before you're like
6 months.
I got another flight?
6 months.
6 months is it?
Well,
I think I got at least a couple years because I'm not gonna just
Well, I mean I'm just hitting major cities, and then after 6 months I'll set up a fucking I'll be like I'll come back and I'll be like, I want to buy this property.
Yeah.
I want you to build this house. And then get a bunch of shit
you
set
like
up.
Summer in Italy, spring in Argentina.
Yeah, and then essentially traveling. I'm going to some other destination every 2 weeks.
I think I spend a little more time than that.
Well, then that's not really traveling. That's
no, it is traveling. It's like extended travel.
I could do that all 20 years.
No, you can't.
If you're spending a month at a place or more, then I could do that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, you could, but I think it'd be cool to like immerse yourself, like how Ari Shaffir did. When he went to
if I didn't want to be a comedian and if I didn't want to do the podcast and I had unlimited money, I would just travel the rest of my life. I'd spend like a year in China, and then I'd spend a year in like India, and then I'd go spend a year in France, and just keep doing that for the rest of my life.
You know what would be interesting too is the media flow of that, because like imagine you like vlogged your travels.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't want to see a billionaire
just
go do shit?
Yeah.
Like if Elon had a vlog, you know how many people would fucking watch that?
Yeah, and
like, if he like David Dobrik did and just like videoed, like had someone following him, everything he did, and then he chopped it up into like a 5-minute video and just posted one every day, it would get hundreds of millions of views.
Yeah, and I will say, if you are watching, we had the beer thing at the beginning, but I will make you a painting. If you comment painting, I will make you.
There it is. One in the kind of the beginning and one at the end. I like that.
Yeah,
it's not bad. So you can get if you can comment both.
If you watch this far,
you comment beer and a painting.
Beer and painting.
Beer and a painting, dude.
I'll make you one and ship it to you.
It'll happen free of charge.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, stay tuned. Big things coming. Changing up the format a little bit, upgrading everything. The next 6 months are going to be a lot of progress.
We're gonna try to get it from to.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the difference of new cameras, new audio equipment, new switchboard, more cameras.
Yeah,
that way you don't only have this one angle. There'll be multiple.
We'll have one on him, one on me, and overhead. So lots to come.
Lots to come. Appreciate you guys for watching.
That's what she said.
This far, you guys are sick. We're gonna try our hardest to make this a really great podcast to listen to. I mean, not even mainstream. Even if we get like a few hundred episode, I'd be happy.
Yeah, that's all you really want. If I get 1,000 an episode for the rest of my life,
that'd be ridiculous. That'd be insane.
Yep.
That'd be if we average 1,000 views an episode for a week, I'm gonna quit my job.
That'd be sick.
I would just
as long as I could live comfortably, I'd do it too.
Even if it's not comfortably, even if it's like pinching pennies towards the end of the month, like I would do it.
Yeah.
Like if I could just podcast for a living, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. And then we'll just power wash on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Little side gig. So we're gonna try to get better for you guys and for us. And I appreciate y'all.
Yep. Bye-bye.